Hey guys, Ivan here, and in today's video we got a couple of very interesting bodybuilding updates. By the way guys, you probably can notice I'm a little bit under the weather today. I will sound a little bit nasal, so sorry about that, but we still have to talk about these very interesting bodybuilding updates, and we're gonna start with the most recent physique update of Nick Walker. And I know, Nick Walker, again, I talked about him yesterday, but I have to talk about these guys because when I made my video about him, I saw this photo, actually. I saw it, and I thought, my first thought, and the only thought was that this was just AI. That this is photoshopped. That this is not a real photo. That Nick is doing the AI trend that is very popular right now. I figured he did just a little bit of it. He just made his arms like 20% bigger and his lats also bigger and his waist smaller as well. And I would say his torso a little bit longer maybe. But honestly, I'm not sure. I got into an online argument with people who are saying that this is actually not AI. And I'm looking at this now after hearing all the comments, after reading all the comments. And honestly, guys, I have no idea. I have no idea whether this is real or AI. I mean, it is Nick Walker, I know, but man, look at the size of those arms compared to the size of his head. Maybe it's a mirror photo. It seems like it's a mirror photo, so maybe something is going on with the mirror that makes his head smaller in comparison to his arms. Because the more I'm looking at it, the less I think that it's actually AI photo, and if it was an AI photo, I guess he would probably go overboard and do more and actually say that it is an AI photo. He just posted this as his regular photos, didn't say anything about AI, and nobody in the comments really is claiming that this is AI, so I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong. I was wrong. And I'm looking at it now and guys, if this is real, what the hell is this? This looks absolutely insane. Look at the freaking size of those arms. Is this real life? I don't think his arms ever look this freaking crazy. Can you find a photo in which his arms look freakier than right here? Now that he's actually prepping himself, working without a coach, maybe at this point he actually introduced an arm workout into his training plan. Maybe that's something all the other coaches prevented him from doing because obviously he doesn't need more arms. But now that he's alone, maybe he just wants to have the freakiest arms in the world. And he's training them harder than before. That could very well be the reason why they're looking like this right here. This is looking insane, man. Absolutely insane. Now, another very interesting thing here is, look at this line right here, guys. Look at this line right here. Is this line present when he hits his regular front double bicep? Well, let's check. It does not. It does not. His rib cage is not usually popping out. So this might mean one very interesting thing, and that's that Nick might be actually hitting a vacuum while doing this pose. Maybe it's not the deepest vacuum, maybe it's just a prolongated torso with the midsection slightly sucked in, but it's still better than what he was doing before, and we already know, as he said, that he's practicing vacuums now, so it looks like he might be doing that, and that's maybe another reason why his waist looks smaller here. But then again, maybe it is AI. Actually, I'm not sure, guys. Honestly, I'm looking at this and I have no idea whether this is actually photoshopped or not. But one thing is for sure, it does look absolutely freaky. Those biceps, man, those arms right here, the craziest thing ever. If this is real, I have no idea if it is, but if it is real, then this is insane. Tell me, guys, down below in the comment section, do you think this is actually real? It's not AI, it's not edited, or maybe it's just a mirror that makes his head look smaller and his biceps and arms bigger. But what about the lats and the waist size? I don't know, man. This photo just looks absolutely freaky, absolutely insane. But if this is real, man, those guys at the Arnold Classic are gonna be in some trouble. All right, now the next thing we got is gonna be about Samson Dauda. So after he parted ways with Hostile, there was a lot of talk about who's gonna be Samson's next sponsor, and he actually made a statement in which he's telling us a little bit about that. Check this out.
I'll be looking for a new supplement sponsor as well, and yeah, I'll take you guys through the process of that, and something that we're not rushing into, something that we really want to take our time and decide properly what fits us the most, and that's one of the main things that is something we're not rushing at all. But for now, I just want to focus on working like I plan to do in 2026 and bring you guys something that is crazy.
All right, so basically what he's saying is that he wants to take it easy, to think about his decision, to not make any rash decisions, to actually wait and to pick his sponsor wisely. Now, people in the comment section are like, yeah, right brand. He's just waiting for the best offer, but I don't think that's the case. I mean, it's a part of the reason why he's gonna pick somebody, but also, you know, Samson already worked with one brand, with Hostile, for like 5 years. So I'm sure he's very careful about who he picks next, because he probably wants to have another successful and fruitful relationship that lasts a long time, because he has the integrity when it comes to supplements, when it comes to sponsors. So he doesn't want to be one of those guys that change companies every couple of months, because at that point your word loses value, you lose integrity. So, you know, I believe him. I believe that he's waiting for the right fit. Now, my best guess would be Raw, for sure, because he's already sponsored by the Gymshark. And as you guys know, C-Bum is a part owner of the Gymshark and also a part owner of Raw. And, you know, Samson honestly fits that brand. And especially with Chris being head of Raw and the face of Raw, you know, those guys have the integrity. I don't think they would just hire somebody who is going to jump from one company to the next. I mean, I think they are that sort of a company that would be a really good fit for Samson. So we'll see which one is going to be. Maybe somebody else offers a lot more money and he accepts that, but I think Samson has plenty of money at this point. I don't think it's all about money for Samson, but maybe I'm wrong. He did lose a lot of money this year. He probably expected to win Arnold Classic, to win the Mr. Olympia, or at least to place higher than he did. So he probably lost a bunch of money and now he needs more money. There is that, but I don't think it's the most important thing for him. I think maintaining his integrity is also very important. If he won the Mr. Olympia this year, he probably wouldn't part ways with Hostile. Maybe. But also, guys, I mean, these supplement companies, they're not like that much different. I mean, I worked with 3 companies so far: Old School Labs, Hostile, and now Blackstone Labs. And honestly, all 3 are freaking great. You know, especially the companies that are sold the most over here in Serbia. Those 3 companies are really high quality. And I'm not going to tell you that the Blackstone Labs is much better than Hostile or Old School Labs now. They're all really good. It's all about who represents them, who spreads the awareness of them. If one athlete is sponsored by one company or the other, it's not like they're sponsored by them because only their products are great and they work and the others are bad. No, it's just, you know, growing the brand, you know, helping with the brand awareness. Now, if you guys want to help me out and support this channel, you can buy some of the Blackstone Lab supplements and use the code Ivan. You'll get a 15% discount. If you don't want to, you can buy some other supplements. That's also okay. You're not going to lose all your gains if you choose another brand. They're all very good, so just pick whichever one you like. Again, Blackstone Labs has freaking great quality. I love it. Great flavors, great formulas and everything. Once again, guys, you tell me down below, what do you think? Where is Samson gonna go? And is he just talking about the money as far as his next sponsor, or is he concerned about some other things as well? All right, the next thing we got is something also very, very interesting. Now, if you guys watched my previous video on this, basically Bob Cicarillo and Sean Ray talked about Sarah Villegas kind of ruining her chances at a Mr. Olympia. They literally said that she should just retire, not compete again, because she called out the current reigning Miss Olympia in her category, Natalia Coelho, who already beat her at the Mr. Olympia, and claimed that she's using SEO, and she kind of went against the IFBB, the federation, and Bob Cicarillo was like, she ruined her chances of ever winning the Mr. Olympia again. Is that true? I would say Bob is absolutely correct. I mean, we all know that. I mean, we don't know it for a fact, but I don't think Derek Lunsford did Pittsburgh Pro for no reason. Because he just wanted to win another, I don't know, $20,000 show or however it was at that time. Or because he wanted to win the big three that he came up with, literally. It's not a thing, you know, he created it. Pittsburgh Pro is a new show. I would say Arnold Classic UK is usually bigger show. Dubai sometimes as well. But yeah, Derek basically made it a big three. And I mean, what did he get? What could have he gained from that show? Like, he risked losing to Nick Walker, and even beating him didn't really mean that much. He just kind of hurt himself, shot himself in the foot with that show. But he did it because he wanted to leave a good impression with the owners of the federation. So yeah, we can see those things. Basically, they're out for display. Hardy could have beaten Derek in Mr. Olympia. Andrew Jack would have done the same thing probably. Derek won, and I'm sure he had an advantage. Now, Sarah talking about politics and certain things in IFBB, yeah, she's not doing herself a favor, for sure. But Bob saying that? I mean, Bob is not a part of the federation, as far as I know. He doesn't really hold an official position. He's the athlete's rep, but that's not really a real position. And Tyler Mannion already came out and spoke about the fact that Bob doesn't represent them. But people don't see it that way. People think that Bob is the part of the IFBB and that he's speaking for them. So I don't know what these guys are going to do with Bob Cicarillo. Obviously, he's not representing them, but people don't see it that way. So maybe Bob should actually stop doing this. Or these guys are going to do something. I don't know, fire him as the MC or I don't know. I don't know what they can do, really. But they should probably tell him to take it easy, to stop doing this, to stop revealing to the public that there is corruption in the IFBB. So Bob is criticizing Sarah for doing one thing, and he's doing a much worse thing. He's basically exposing the IFBB constantly, but he's not a competitor, so they can't hurt him in that regard. They can just fire him as the MC at a Mr. Olympia and some of these shows. Maybe he doesn't care about it. Maybe they won't fire him because they need him. But I think somebody should talk to him and tell him to calm down. Now let's read what Sarah has to say about this. So somebody says, Bob threatened you'll be scored down by the old judges based on your opinions. Worried? And she says, this was a very sloppy public statement by Bob. In bodybuilding, people get judged by their physique they bring to the stage. I don't think Bob fully grasps what he just said publicly, but maybe he does. Very, very sloppy. I saw it and I took note. Exactly what I'm saying. I mean, Bob is a part of the IFBB. Maybe he doesn't have an official position, but he's very close to those guys. And he continues exposing them. He continues exposing the corruption in the IFBB. So I have no idea on whose side Bob really is, because I'm under the impression that he's actually with those guys, for those guys, that he's actually defending them, but he's doing these things. It seems like he's doing this by an accident, or is he? I don't know what is his goal here, really. But basically, even though he's not officially speaking for the IFBB, what he's saying is that in the IFBB, shows are not always judged based on the physique, but the politics do play a role. That's what Bob is saying. Maybe Tyler is going to speak about this and say that he's not representing them, that this is not true. Again, you guys tell me down below whatever you think. All right, and finally, we got a very interesting update from Neckzilla, who finally did his umbilical hernia surgery. He got that done. Man, this guy is going to do anything just to not compete. Just joking. We'll see what he's going to do next year. Hopefully he's going to nail the conditioning for once, or at least improve it slightly, not show up at these shows with his guest posing condition. Yes, he can do that and still do great and win shows, but come on, I mean, what a wasted potential. Now at least the hernia is going to be fixed, and that's definitely going to be a great thing for him. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. See you soon, guys. All the best, and bye-bye.